While Ancient hasn't seen as many changes as some of the other maps did for its CS2 debut, in my opinion it has still received some great upgrades in comparison to its CSGO counterpart, which makes it worthwhile for me showcasing those differences. A couple of months ago, we saw the first leaked screenshots of Ancient, which portrayed the map in a more dusty setting, which in my opinion was quite upsetting, as Ancient is for a lot of players a really nice alternative from the main maps in a competitive pool with its own vibe and aesthetic. It now having the same dusty look to it as some of the other popular maps, Looking at You, Anubis, Dust 2 and Mirage, was not too well received by the player base. But luckily, over time, Valve has adjusted this and CS2's Ancient is now a lot more similar to how it was in CSGO. Or is it? Well, as for every CS2 map, the lighting has received a huge upgrade, and Ancient is no stranger to this. The overall upgrade to the lighting makes for much better visibility all around on Ancient, which is a good thing. While I would not say it was that bad in CSGO, visibility was in some cases a bit of an issue, especially when combined with a specific agent as an example. But in CS2, with the much better lighting, saturation and overall visibility, this may be less of an issue. On top of the lighting changes, certain textures were also switched out for brighter ones, like in A main as an example. These brand new textures should contrast much more with the player models to allow for overall better visibility, which once again is a good thing. These brand new light sources that were placed by Valve in locations that were previously quite dark, such as these ones in Cave right here, and structural changes like this one in A main should significantly improve the overall visibility. Good job, Valve. Crates. Yes, Ancient has also received some new crates. What an exciting topic. Near CSGO's one, you can find this brand new stack of crates. I assume these are here to make clearing this area less stressful for players with less angles to check. Instead of having to check 3 angles at once, you can kind of focus on 2 angles, which seems to be pretty good. Nicely done, Valve. There's also this brand new crate here in Cave, which was previously already used as a hiding spot for CTs, but now they have a box to stand on, so I guess an elevated angle to use. But these are not the only changes the map has seen. Every bit of foliage now appears to be moving, which makes the map feel just so much more alive, to be honest. I mean, look at it yourself. We've already talked about these brand new lights earlier. These lamps are now lit in comparison to CSGO, and their glass can be shot out as well, which previously wasn't possible, so I think that's some real nice attention to detail here. Well, if we ignore the one here in Temple, because Valve seemingly forgot about this one. Valve, please fix. As with every CS2 map so far, Ancient also now has an open skybox. This will allow you to throw a smoke as an example from T-spawn to CT spawn if you so desire. I'm not really too sure if that would be too useful, but it is possible now. But since this is not an exclusive change to Ancient, let's talk about its skybox instead. The CS2 skybox of Ancient feels massive in comparison to CSGO. Like, just look at it. The scale of it just seems to be much more grand in comparison to whatever CSGO had, and it also seems to be less saturated. While I'm not fully sure what Valve has done exactly here, it seems like they have taken away, like I said, the saturation of the mountains and moved them further back to achieve this, which in return, like I said, makes the skybox feel massive. However, I gotta say I'm not fully sure which one I prefer. I think they look both good in my eyes. What do you think? There's still something we surely cannot forget to talk about, the water in CS2. CSGO is already a pretty old game, which means certain parts of it will just not look as good. I personally never really liked the water we had in CSGO to begin with. It often just looked really flat and genuinely boring. CS2, however, takes its water to a whole new level. Despite only being a 2D effect, Valve made the water very convincing and just really good looking. Just how it interacts with the player's character, drop bomb, grenades or items in general is just miles better than whatever we had in CSGO. Walking through the water on Ancient is just satisfying. How your character splits the moss and then looking back at it, seeing it slowly group back together is just magnificent. The only thing Valve has to do is strike a good balance between visual appearance and the performance, as currently there are still seemingly performance issues associated with the water when as an example looking down at it. But as the saying goes, not everything that is shiny is gold. Lastly, let's talk about one change regarding Ancient, which I'm not too fond of. Lights. Ancient, as some of the other maps, once again has these construction lights. Not only are they not fitting with the map's theme, they can also put you at a significant disadvantage. Since these are placed in specific locations where staying hidden matters, they can be quite detrimental if you are not careful. In some spots they may even be unavoidable, such as an A main. You either risk to get exposed directly to the enemy line of sight, or you risk your shadow being spotted before you peek out. I guess you have to pick the poison here. Both are not too good outcomes. In some other locations, these are not as powerful as they are in A main, but they are in quite a few spots on Ancient: Middle, Temple, A main and Cave. And the biggest problem still remains, as shadows of players are only displayed on the high shadow setting, which can mean that players with a less capable PC are at a significant disadvantage. So I would really like to hear what you guys think about these lights. I am willing to give them a try, but so far, also from my personal experience, they're quite annoying. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style of video as well as my other ones. This was kind of the first time where I made a full script for it. I'm still not really too used to this, so I hope you still enjoyed it. Before we end the video though, I want to highlight that I will start streaming soon. I already made a poll asking which platform you prefer, so if you could give that a vote, that would be very much appreciated. My Twitch will be linked below, even though I'm not fully sure yet which platform I will choose, so feel free to check it out, but once again, not fully sure yet on the platform.